Okay, the second Moors Millions up next, leg 5. This is the long distance stayers. 4 miles and 3 furlongs. A National King for Josh Sutherland, looking to stay on his feet. Tullamarine for John Morgan. National Blitz also for Josh Sutherland. Darren Thompson's Mayhem on Ice. John Morgan's Northern Bays. Marina LaBelle for Padraig Hogan. Matt Cooper's Katie Holmes. Closing Argument for Paul Parsons. Pike's Thatch for David Robertson. Advantage to the Enemy, Darren Thompson. Matt Cooper's Daniel Garcia. Cumbrian Dancing for David Robertson. Padraig Hogan's Laguna Wolf. Rocky Mountain Way for Paul Parsons. Martin Leadham's Matador. Samson's for Stu Gray and Alex Cherry's Get a Buzz. 17 this time, over 4 miles and 3 furlongs. Get yourself a cup of tea, sit back and relax for the next 10.5 minutes. It goes without saying, there's going to be 2 John Morgan horses that lead us. Tullamarine and Northern Bays. A couple of lengths back to Marina LaBelle, an advantage to the Enemy. Black Silks. Yellow Square of Closing Argument. His stablemate Rocky Mountain Way. And then Matador and National King as they get over the second. Katie Holmes up against the route. Mayhem on Ice about 4 wide. Wider of that is Samson's. Between those is Pike's Thatch. And then Get a Buzz, Samson and Cumbrian Dancer towards the rear. Daniel Garcia's in that pack as well. So Tullamarine and Northern Bays. The Morgan Machines go over the third. We'll clear that. Matador was a bit slow, the only grey in the race. Sort of middle pack. As they come down to the next. Leaders are over it. Everyone else clears it, including Samson's, who rather stepped over that one, which is looking rather ominous for another 22 fences for him as we look from the grandstand. See, not too many people here as they go past the winning post for the first of... I'll have to go past it another time, and then there will be the winning post after 2 circuits. But it's Tullamarine and Northern Bays from advantage to the Enemy. From the rest, pretty much as we were. So they get a slow slog into that plain one. Everybody clears that. So Tullamarine and Northern Bays. There is Northern Bays and Tullamarine. From Closing Argument has moved into third with his stablemate Rocky Mountain Way, an advantage to the Enemy. Up against the row is National LaBelle, National Blitz and Matador, the grey. And Laguna Wolf as they go over the 8th. A couple of slow jumps. Jump by Cumbrian Dancer. And we've got the Cooper horses, Mayhem on Ice and Katie Holmes. Katie Holmes and Daniel Garcia. Mayhem on Ice is for Darren Thompson. Bit of a mistake there by Northern Bays. Pecked on landing as well as Samson's at the rear. So we're still 3 miles to travel. It's Tullamarine and Northern Bays from Closing Argument and Rocky Mountain Way. And National Blitz. Get to the ditch. And clear that. Including the 3 at the back. Pake's Thatch and Get a Buzz and Samson's. Just in front of them is Daniel Garcia. Is Daniel Garcia a wrestler? Didn't he marry Tay Mello? I might be wrong as they go over the 11th. AEW wrestler, I think. Katie Holmes, I'm not sure, is a wrestler. I think she's married to Tom Cruise. Or she was. She might be a wrestler. She might like a little bit of wrestling at home. But Tullamarine and Northern Bays are our leaders. From stablemates, Closing Argument and Rocky Mountain Way. Also another stablemates, National Blitz and National King. As go over the 12th. This time a mistake by Rocky Mountain Weight. Shuffles him back towards just the lead of the chasing pack. Left his stablemate Closing Argument on his own out in third. Tullamarine and Northern Bays. Oh, he's gone. Tullamarine. I was just about to say they're all still standing on their feet, but Tullamarine. Jockey got off, had enough. It's left his stablemate Northern Bays out in front from Closing Argument and National Blitz and Rocky Mountain Way. An advantage to the enemy, the Yellow Silks at Laguna Wolf, then Daniel Garcia and Katie Holmes. Followed through by Marina LaBelle, Mayhem on Ice. Matador's dropped back a little bit. Sampson's moved out of the last position. Then we've got Pake's Thatch up against the Row as they go over the 14th. So still with 12 to take. And still 2 miles to run for the Moors Millions Leg 5 stayers. We get to the 15th, their leader's over it. Oh, a mistake at the rear by Matador. Hit the top of that one. Northern Bays past the winning post again. One more circuit. They'll be able to go to their boxes. But Northern Bays, Loose Horse National Blitz. I know the Loose Horse, what am I saying, is Tullamarine. He might be loose in a minute, National Blitz. And then Closing Argument on Rocky Mountain Way for Paul Parsons. Doing a grand job on the commentating. And Daniel Garcia, Laguna Wolf. Katie Holmes and Marina LaBelle as they go over the 16th. They'll clear that as well. So just the one we've lost, which was Tullamarine, which I think unseated in a previous race, if I'm not wrong. I could be wrong. I'm trying to go by my memory. Oh no, Tullamarine was the winner last time out. It was Northern Bays that unseated his rider, I think, on his first time out. But he's managed to stay on his feet this time so far. There's still another 9 fences to take, and there's Northern Bays leads from Closing Argument, National Blitz, National King. Daniel Garcia's moved up comfortably now, and then Rocky Mountain Way, probably the widest. They all stream over that. This time Get a Buzz, pecked a little bit on landing, moves out wide, goes back in. Sampson's still on his feet, which is unusual. Northern Bays, been there since the beginning, still got a 4-length advantage. The Loose Horse is still there. Closing Argument, Daniel Garcia. So go over the 19th. Northern Bays, from Daniel Garcia in second. National Closing Argument is third. National King is fourth and National Blitz is fifth. So they get over the 20th and they start to string out a little bit now as we come in towards the final mile. Down the back straight. Heading towards the home, it's Northern Bays from Daniel Garcia that's moved comfortably up into second. Closing Argument is third, then National King and National Blitz. Over the 21st, the ditch, they all clear that. Matador seems to have gone a bit wider and to be given a few reminders, the grey. But it's Northern Bays and Daniel Garcia from Closing Argument. And the National Horses, Blitz and King, they go over the 22nd. Daniel Garcia's got on a mistake there by Matador at the back. He's going to have a bit to do to get towards the front. The one that's moving really well on the outside here is this Mayhem on Ice, but we're going to have a right turn in a minute, including the 2 Patrick Hogan horses, Marina LaBelle and Laguna Wolf, but they're going to get caught as they swing right-handed shortly from Northern Bays, who still leads from Daniel Garcia in second against the Rowley's Closing Argument. Marina LaBelle going over towards the Row now. Also moving up now is Pake's Thatch as they go over the 23rd. Their leader was a little bit slow. Everybody's cleared it. And it's Northern Bay, just by a couple of lengths now to Pake's Thatch and Marina LaBelle. They're about 3 away from National Bits and Laguna Wolf. Daniel Garcia's dropped back now as they go over the 24th. That's 3 from home. With 2 to take, it's Northern Bays being challenged by Marina LaBelle. But he asks for a bit more on this Northern Bays and extends his lead as Marina LaBelle looks like he's got lead boots on. On the wide outside is National Blitz. Daniel Garcia's picked up again. Pace Thatch is going backwards, closing arguments up against the rail. Disadvantage to the enemy is trying to close the gap as well on the far outside. So with just a quarter of a mile to go and a couple to take, it's Northern Bays. Gets over the 25th, does it well from Northern Blitz in second. Daniel Garcia's third, but they're going to have to do something to catch this Northern Bays. He's only got to get over the last. Third and a half left to run. National Blitz is trying to close the gap. Daniel Garcia running on. He's over the last Northern Bays. We've only got a furlong to run now from National Blitz in second. Daniel Garcia is third. Fourth is advantage to the enemy. Pace Thatch just taking that now into fourth. But Northern Bays for John Morgan's going to take the Moors Millions. Leg 5 stairs comfortably from National Blitz of Josh Sutherland in second. Daniel Garcia for Matt Cooper was third. Pace Thatch for Daniel Robertson. Davey Robertson was fourth. It was advantage to the enemy for Darren Thompson that was fifth. I think it's only the first 4 that qualify. So well done to John Morgan. Another wonder stare in the making. Northern Bays from National Blitz in second. Daniel Garcia was third. Pace Thatch for Davey Robertson was fourth, and advantage to the enemy was fifth.